That was 5:15 on this Good Friday. I know a lot of you are making plans to get out and maybe rejuvenate your yard, but goodness gracious, got some cold weather headed our direction. For more on the forecast, we now go to the living room of David Karnes to talk about the forecast. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning to you, John. Big time changes in our weather coming our way. We've been enjoying some nice, very spring-like weather, very warm weather, highs in the low 80s, no problems at all. Had a little burst of strong storms moving through yesterday early morning and during the overnight. But what we're really looking at for Sunday is really growing to be more concerning the more we look at it. Storm Prediction Center, check this out, now has us in an enhanced chance for severe weather on Sunday and even a moderate risk for friends to the southwest, parts of Alabama, over into Mississippi. Basically, what we're looking at is from Chattanooga, Nashville, southwestward down through Louisiana, even parts of eastern Texas, have a pretty good shot of seeing severe storms. And when we talk about severe storms, we're talking about damaging winds, large hail, and yes, an escalated risk of tornadoes in that, specifically in that enhanced area. Now, most of our area is incorporated in that. I mean, you get east of Chattanooga and maybe you're looking at a slight risk, but I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. I would just be, if you live in the Tennessee Valley, in our viewing area, be extremely weather aware. A lot of strong storms, possibly even moving through on Easter morning. So that's going to be the case through mainly the morning hours. We'll take a look at our Vipercast here in just a moment and break down hour by hour what I think is going to be happening on Sunday. Cool and breezy today, though. Winds will be out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, blowing in some nice cool air. We won't see highs out of the 50s and low 60s this afternoon, and then a cold start but warming on Saturday. A freeze warning in effect tonight from Bledsoe County on the Cumberland Plateau and moving up toward Murphy in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We have a freeze warning in effect also. Areas of frost outside the city, I think, maybe it's not going to be widespread, but it may be a possibility as well. Warms up nicely Saturday afternoon into the low 70s, and then again wet on Easter Sunday with some strong to severe thunderstorms moving through. So, quick look outside. Temperatures not bad in the 50s right now, 53 in Chattanooga, and you can see on our radar imagery, maybe a couple of clouds out there, but really nothing to write home about overall. Behind the front that brought the storms yesterday early morning, we're looking at some pretty nice weather. Switching it over to our Vipercast, nothing but sunshine this afternoon, and again cool but breezy, highs in the low 60s, winds out of the northwest, a nice brisk pace. As that high pressure stays with us and moves eastward, it is going to bring us some warmer weather, but not until Saturday afternoon. Again, Saturday morning, we have freeze warnings in effect for Murphy over toward Dunlap and Bledsoe County, so we are going to drop down to or below freezing in a few spots in the higher elevations. Most folks in the valley will be in the mid to upper 30s on Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, sunshine, and again, we'll be in the low 70s. It should be a great afternoon. Enjoy it and make all the preparations that you need to, because early Sunday morning, and right around the time a lot of churches I know are going to be doing the online virtual sunrise services. And as important as I know that is, I would highly recommend that as we see strong storms moving through on Sunday morning, also make sure you are ready and aware and able to go to a safe place if tornado warning is issued for your area. So we are going to have to pay, even in the middle of the sunrise services on Sunday morning, we're going to have to pay attention to the weather. Taking a look hour by hour, you can see the storms moving through. This is about 6 o'clock. And then as we move on through the 6, 7 o'clock hour, you can see those storms moving through pretty good, and then continuing to move on through the late morning, and even around lunchtime we'll see some of the heavier storms pressing on in. Sunday afternoon we're going to see things breaking up a little bit. I'm still going to give us a pretty good shot of seeing some storms though popping up during the afternoon, maybe the early evening, and then during the late night hours we'll see it really beginning to taper off. 10:30, and take a look, late night, overnight, we'll see the front finally sliding through, and as it does, it'll mercifully clear us out, and we'll have a nice day on Monday with a high of 67 degrees, and then it's going to be cool and dry for basically all of next week. So next week should be a pretty nice outdoor week for you. Rainfall amounts we're anticipating on Sunday, anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain, maybe a little bit less up toward the plateau, but you get the idea. I would say at least 2 inches of rain for most folks in the Tennessee Valley. So sunny skies today. It's going to be cool and breezy. Winds of the northwest 10 to 15 miles per hour. temperature of 61 this afternoon in Chattanooga, but you get outside the city, 60 in Cleveland, 59 Dayton, and a high of only 53 in Altamont. Now, take a look tonight. Again, in Chattanooga, you're not going to drop to freezing, 38, maybe a little bit of frost outside the city where it will be a little bit cooler, and up on the some of the higher elevations, again, up toward Bledsoe County, freeze warning in effect, up in Murphy, 29 degrees, 29 Blue Ridge will drop down to 31. So yeah, a late season freeze happening, and that is not right about now, April 10th, 11th, 12th. This is about when we see our last freeze. So I would expect this to be the last one, and after tomorrow morning you can finally close the door on winter. Not that it's been much of one. So taking a look at the Storm Alert 7-day forecast, pretty chilly today through tomorrow morning, and then we'll warm up to a nice 71. Tomorrow afternoon is going to be phenomenal. And then Sunday is definitely a storm alert weather day as we pay attention to the heavy rain and the storms moving through. A lot of that's going to be moving through during the morning hours. And then heading into next week, look at that, 67 for the high Monday, and then low to mid-60s for the rest of the week, with lows dropping down into the 40s. So the average high is 71 for this time of the year, so a cool, dry week ahead. But we've got a couple of important things to get through before we get to that nice weather. We have some freezing temperatures going on tomorrow morning, and then, of course, taking a look at Sunday, it is going to be fairly nasty for much of the southeast, including the Tennessee Valley. John?